Hello everyone. Once again I am here your mentor Aryan Taposh Roy. You are watching my channel Aryan Roy Nick. So today the video is on the story of class 12 West Bengal Board. And this is one of my favorite stories written by Ruskin Bond. Story name The Ice Habit. So let's start. Before starting the story, The Ice Habit, I would like to share with you some information about the author. The author name is Ruskin Bond. He was an Indian and well known he was for his writing style, though some poems also he has written. And he was born in 1934, 19th May. And about his parents. His parents, the couple, were renowned for their great bonding, but for having something misunderstanding. His parents were separated. Then Ruskin Bond, since the age 7 years old, he started to live with his father. And beside this, his mother also got married. Then, for malaria, his father passed away. Then after, he went back to his mother and stepfather. He started to stay with them and he started studying with them. After that, I would like to say something about special characteristics of Ruskin Bond, that he was an Indian author of British descent. His writing style was in a way he used to write that deals with the foreign writers. Then, about his achievements, the awards, he was awarded with the Sahitya Academy Award that he got in 1992, then after Padma Shri 1999 and Padma Bhushan also 2014. So this was a little information about this eminent person. If you want to know more information about him, link is given in description. So you may go there and then thereafter you may search it out and you can learn more and more about this types of personalities, Ruskin Bond. So the story that we are going to start, I have already told you, today's story name is The Ice Habit. The Ice Habit. The story deals with the quality of ice. As we all know, that with ice, everyone we can see. Sometimes eyes are there that cannot see. Yes. In the story, the Ruskin Bond, the author, he has represented himself as a narrator. So sometimes during speaking, you will listen that I am saying the narrator or the author or the writer or Ruskin Bond himself. I am saying like that. But in the story is called the first person narrative mode. For that reason, the story will start with the first person I. And then thereafter, the second point about the story, that the story is a style and it's an example of irony. Very good example of an irony. That I can see but I cannot see. That I can listen but I cannot listen. Confusion. Okay, well, the story will run and then after you come to know about. So the story is a very good perfect example of satire and irony itself. So we are going to start the story, and when the story will start, I would ask my friends that some lines are there, some phrases are there that underlined in text you can see. So I would ask my friends just to follow the underlined phrases and the lines because the lines are like that, from where the MCQ question, multiple choice question, short questions, broad questions, fill in the blanks, the textual grammar, a lot will come. And during reading, I will illustrate each and every fact from this, so that when after the story will be finished, then thereafter your MCQ part, SQ part, grammar part, everything will be finished simultaneously. That's how what should be going on. So I will ask my friends, so underline the phrases and the lines. So let's start. The eyes have it, written by Russell Mott. The first pair. I had the train compartment to myself up to Rohana, the narrator. He was in train. He was coming in a train, and up to the station Rohana, he was alone. That means he wants to say to us that after Rohana, after the station Rohana, he was not alone, but before the station Rohana, he was alone. So what happened exactly? I had a train compartment to myself up to Rohana, then a girl got in. Then a girl got in. So the question will come, so from which station the girl got in the same compartment? Answer, Rohana. Up to which station the narrator was alone? Answer, Rohana. The couple who saw her off were probably her parents. Here you can see the full answer is underlined, and the probably her parents is specially highlighted. Probably. So the narrator is not sure about who the parents are here, who the couple are here. Are they her father mother? Are they her uncle auntie? That means no any clue, no any information, previous information the narrator has, but he can guess. He can guess that I think probably they are her parents. So the word probably is there, isn't it? So the couple, because the two persons were the couple is plural, the two couple come. So probably they were her parents, and they were very anxious about the girl's comfort. They seemed very anxious about her comfort. So how the girl will go, who will sit beside her, isn't it? So the parents are very panic, they're very anxious about the girl's comfort in the train compartment. For that reason, they were now and then giving some informations, some restrictions, some ways to follow that should be followed by her in the compartment. What are these? The underlined portions you should follow. The woman gave the girl detailed instructions as to where to keep her things. The things that she was carrying with her. Where should I keep the luggage, bag, water bottle, whatever during journey everyone we take, we know. So the woman who was between the couple, she was suggesting the girl so where she should keep all the things. Okay, and not only that, she also said that when not to lean out of windows, and the windows, obviously from the windows we should not lean out. The junior boys and the girls, the kids who travel with us, we ask them, hey, don't go there, don't lean out your elbow outside the window, isn't it? So this types of instructions, so the woman was giving the girl. So don't lean out of the window. And how to avoid speaking to strangers? Yes. Whenever any stranger will come, will sit beside you or in front of you, try to avoid them. Don't speak with them. Don't make gossip with them, because it's our need. It's a very good discipline that always we try to provide the juniors that with the strangers we should not mess up, isn't it? So after this, the first is completed, and once again underline the portions. Then after, they called their goodbyes. Then after everything is done, the girl has got her seat and everything, the luggages are well established, and now the couples they ready to say the tata goodbye. Okay, they called their goodbyes and the train pulled out of the station. Then slowly the train pulled out. Pulled out means just like is. So who will pull the train out? Pulled out means that slowly the train to its speed. Okay, pulled out is, it doesn't mean like this. So pulled out means that slowly the train gradually increases its speed. So pulled out of the station. As I was totally blind, now the first time the narrator has told us that he was blind. He can't see like you and me. So first time he has said, as I was totally blind at that time. Look at the phrase at that time. From this phrase, easily we can understand that from his childhood, he is not blind. For having some weakness, for having some problem, for having some accident, he is unable to see, but he could see before, but right now he cannot see. So that means he was not blind. Okay, so he was not blind from the phrase at the time, you can understand. So as I was totally blind at the time he was blind, but not since childhood. My eye sensitive only to light and darkness. So my as the moment right now I cannot see, but I can feel. I can feel here there is darkness or brightness. Yes. If you are closing your eyes right now, if you close your eyes right now, so you can at least feel your room is dark or bright, isn't it? You can do an experiment. Okay. I was unable to tell what the girl looked like. So I could just feel the brightness and darkness. And I also was unable because I can't see properly. So the girl's dress up. How does she look like? Is she beautiful, pretty, whatever? So everything was unknown to me because I cannot see. But I knew she wore slippers from the way they slapped against her heels. So, but I cannot see, but my ears are active. I can listen very well. So I could listen the way she spoke with her parents. Isn't it not a way? Obviously the girl should have replied. And then after that she was coming, she wore slippers. Slippers, you know, the sandals, like with the slippers and the surface. Then when sound was coming out, the slipper and the surface, when they two came together, then sound was coming, and from that sound your narrator understood that she wore slippers. How intellectual the narrator is, isn't it? It would take me some time to discuss something about her looks, and perhaps I never could. So the narrator, he wanted to make a picture of the girl in her mind. He wanted to make a picture. And for picture, you know, as he cannot see, but the ears are very active. So as he listened her voice, then after he listened the sound that was coming from her slippers, isn't it? So from all of this, he was trying to make a picture of the passenger, that means the lady above. So he was thinking like that, will I be successful make a picture of her? How does she look? I cannot. That means he's trying, and something little bit negative he is also for that reason. He is saying like that, I never would. But I like the sound of her voice and even the sound of her slippers. So though I can or I cannot, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that I really liked the sound of her voice and the sound that I got from her slippers too. Then the first time I showed my dear and I asked the question to the lady. What the question it is? Are you going all the way to Dehra? So Dehra, the word, the short form of Dehradun. So are you going all the way to Dehra? So I asked this to the lady. So, but I didn't know will she reply or not. But I showed my Dehra. Okay. So I must have been sitting in a dark corner because my voice startled her. So as I was sitting in a tent compartment in a dark corner, I was sitting. Then when I suddenly asked, then after listening my sound made the girl little bit surprised. Okay. As you know, simply if you are sitting and someone is asking you, hello, excuse me, then suddenly one explanation will come from your side that suddenly you will be surprised. Hello, yes, what? So the same way the girl replied, she gave a little explanation and said, I didn't know anyone else was there. So the girl replied, also very smart, very beautiful girl she is. So she said that, oh, I didn't know anyone is here, anyone else is here. So the girl is showing her smartness. Well, it often happens that people with good eyesight fail to see what is right in front of them. Yes, sometimes it can be seen that you have eyes, but you cannot see what is in front of you. Yes, suppose you are a student and you are searching your pen, copy. This is in front of you, but you are searching here and there, isn't it? So like this, so sometimes the narrator is saying like that, sometimes it can be seen that people having the good eyesight with that they are failure to see the good things in front of you. It happens. They have too much to take in, I suppose, whereas people who cannot see or see very little have to take in only the essentials, whatever registers tellingly on their remaining senses. Okay, remaining senses. What does it mean? It means, have we seen any blind beggar? Yes, we have seen. Blind beggar is begging. Okay, if you give him 1 rupee, if you give him 2 rupee or 5 rupee, easily he can understand how much coin is it, isn't it? So So he can understand that you have given him the 5 rupee coin or the 1 rupee coin, isn't it? So how? But he cannot see. He cannot see. So he cannot see, and how can he understand this is 1 rupee or 5 rupee? Because though we have, as we know, there are 5 sense we have. If one sense is not working, the 4 senses are becoming more active. So the way that he's saying that I suppose where people who cannot see or see very little have to take in only the essentials. So they use their other senses for getting the knowledge of the society, isn't it? After that, I didn't see you either. I say, but I heard you coming. Then, as the girl replied, oh, who is here? I didn't see you. Then also your narrator is the hero of the story. He is also saying, oh, I also didn't see that you have come. But I listened to your voice, but I listened to the sound that you have come. Understood? So the boy is also going in the same way, the same track that you are going on. So the girl say, I didn't see that you have come here, that you are sitting here. I didn't see that you are here already. But when the man is saying, I also didn't see you that you are here. But I listened that you came. I listened the sound. Okay, I wondered if I would be able to prevent her from discovering that I was blind. Then also, your narrator, your hero, is thinking little bit. I am blind. Does she know? Does she know? If she comes to know that I am blind, that means she will not talk to me. Yes, we can't tolerate the persons who are disabled, who has not the ability like you and me, isn't it? We can't tolerate them. It's a humanity. Like, so the same humanity your narrator had been suffering, like that. Does she know about my blindness? Does she know about, for that reason he is saying that I wondered if I would be able to prevent her from discovering that I was blind. So the narrator was doing the act of showing that no, I am not a blind person, I can see. He is doing his best. Provided I keep to my seat, I thought it shouldn't be too difficult. So where is a railway compartment, reservation compartment, so one seat was reserved for me. So the seat that was reserved for me, I tried to get this and I just sat there. So provided the one seat was provided I keep to my seat, I thought it should not be too difficult. So if I am there, my seat is here, so it's not very hard work to go there, isn't it? So by using hand, he slowly moved. Okay. Then the girl replied. That the girl said, I am getting off at Saharanpur. My aunt is meeting me there. Okay. So then the girl replied, okay, I will get off at Saharanpur and my aunt will come to receive me. So the questions will come. The girl got in the train in which station? Answer, Ohana. And where she will get off? Answer, Saharanpur. Who will come to receive her? Answer, aunt. And who came to see her off? Probably. Yes, the answer is probably her parents. Okay, yes. Then I had better not get too familiar, I replied. When the narrator listened that the girl will get off at Saharanpur, it doesn't matter to him. But the matter was there, who will come to receive her? Who will come? Aunt. And then he said that, oh, that your aunt will come to receive you. Then I should not talk to you. Why? Because the aunts are the formidable creatures. Formidable creatures means what? Creature. You know, the wild animals like, and formidable is a danger. So the aunts are compared with what? Danger. The aunts are like that. They always poke their nose in others' matters. Hey, what's your daughter? Are they married? Okay, what's affair is going on? Every time they have the intention to know others about, but they don't know what's happening in their own house. So for that particular the characteristics, the author has told the auntie the formidable creatures. Don't take it otherwise, I was making a joke like. Okay. Then where are you going? She asked. Then the girl was asked the narrator. So where are you going? In reply, what he said, a very good line is there, and so line is very important. So I said that to Dehra and then to Mussoorie. That means exactly the narrator is going to Mussoorie, but he will not go Mussoorie directly. First of all, he will go to Dehra. From Dehra, he will go to Missouri. Try to understand. So the narrator is going to Missouri, but directly he will not go. First, he will go to Dehra. From Dehra, he will go Missouri. Okay. Then, after listening the narrator means the passenger with the lady is going to Missouri. After listening the Missouri sound, the girl became very hopeless. Why? The next line follow. Oh, how lucky you are. That means the girl is thinking that the man is very lucky. Why? I wish I were going to Missouri. I wish, that means the same desire, same intention he has, sorry, she has, same as it is her dream. It is her dream that she will go someday in Missouri. But hopefully she thinks like that it will, her dream will never be fulfilled. For that reason, you can see the auxiliary verb here in the sentence after I were. You can't see that I were. Always I was comes in past tense, but here I were. Okay. So I were means the situation like it's a dream, like it's an intention like that will never be fulfilled. But you can think like, for example, if I were a bird, then I could fly to Singapore, isn't it? Is it possible that I would become a bird? No. But I'm saying, so it's my desire, it's my intention that I will be a bird. So I'm saying, if I were a bird, then I could fly to Singapore. So, and he's saying, I love the hills, especially in October. The girl is saying that. So what does she like? She likes hills. She likes hills. When? Especially in which month of the year? Answer, October. After that. Yes. And in reply, the narrator also saying, the narrator gave the same compliment, the positive support. Yes, you are right. Yes, you are right. This is the best time, I said, calling on my memories. So that means the narrator, he has a past experience. From that experience, the narrator is saying that yes, you are right, the October is the best time to visit there. Okay, and as he listened, that the girl has told her that what does she like? Yes, she likes hills. So the narrator started the description of the Missouri with the hills. What is he saying? The hills are covered with wild dahlias. So the hills is covered with the wild dahlias, the one type of flower, size bigger, and the wild means especially that can be seen in the forest. The wild dahlias, the flowers are large in size. And the sun is very delicious. The sun is delicious. The sun is look like the sky, just like a fruit, juicy fruit, delicious fruit, sweet fruit. Like the sun is compared like this. The sun is delicious. Okay, that means not too much hot. Very sweet shape of sun. The sweet of the hotness of the sun is very sweet. For that reason, the sun is called delicious. And at night, you can sit in front of log fire and drink a little brandy. So, and at night what you can arrange some logs, like then after chicky booms of fire, and around this you can sit there, enjoy the hotness that is coming from the fire, little brandy is a water romantic atmosphere that you can enjoy all of this there. And most of the tourists, because the October is the time when the tourists in a large number, they don't come. If the tourists are not coming in a large number, that means gathering, means the crowd is very less there. And I personally, I don't like the crowd, and I think the narrator is like me, he also doesn't like the crowd. So he's saying that the crowd is not there, gathering is not there. That means the moving, roaming here and there is very easy. It's very easy. For that is in saying that most of the tourists have gone and the roads are quiet and almost deserted. The roads are quiet, almost deserted. Not a single person on the road right now. The lockdown in India is going on. You can see after opening the window, single person you cannot see on the road. Okay, so like the same situation is there. That most of the tourists have gone and the roads are quiet and almost deserted. Yes, October is the best time. Okay, so you can understand. Then after listening all this, the girl silent. She was complete silence. I wondered if my words had touched her, or whether she thought me a romantic fool. Okay, whether she thought me I am a romantic fool. As I was going on with my words, so I was thinking like that, I am speaking too much. I am speaking too much after listening my words. What is she thinking? Is she thinking that I'm a fool, I'm a romantic fool, or the way I have told, I think she is impressed. She is impressed. So these types of the words, argument, the fighting of the words, the confusion, the case, everything is going on the narrator's mind. Okay, has my words have touched her, or is she thinking that the way I have told, she's impressed, or she's thinking like that I am grateful. So everything, the thoughts are working in the narrator's mind. After that, and I wondered if my words had touched her, or whatever, or whether she thought me a mental fool. Then suddenly I made a mistake. Very important line. Then I made a mistake. From here the question comes that then I made a mistake. Who made the mistake? What was the mistake? Okay, why did he make the mistake? And what was the result of the mistake? So listen very carefully. So suddenly I made a mistake. Okay, when the girl becomes silent, so then suddenly I made a mistake. What was the mistake? The mistake was I suddenly asked a foolish question. What is like outside? I asked. What is look like outside? So suppose you are sitting, you, me, and together we are traveling in a bus. Okay, we two are sitting together, and we are watching outside through the window and asking you, hey, what can you see? And same thing you can see, same thing I can see. So why are you asking me? So why are you asking me? What does it look like outside? So because the same thing, the same scene you can see outside. So why are you asking? So thinking like this, that thought was working in the narrator's mind that he made a great mistake. So she seemed to find nothing to strange in the question that I said you. So the girl, she thought nothing special in the question. What does it look outside? So the same thing I can see, the same thing you can see. Also, why are you asking? So the girl, she seemed to find nothing strange in the question. Had she noticed already that I could not see? Then the narrator started to guess, started to think like that. Oh, the girl has understood that I cannot see. Does she know that I am blind? Understood? So like this, the work, the confusions are going on in his mind. But her next question removed her mind doubts. So I was thinking all of this. Then suddenly, in counter attack, the lady asked me a question. Why don't you look out of the window? She asked. She asked me. So you are asking me what you can see outside of the window. So if you want to see, you see, no? You see outside. Why are you asking me? You sensing same thing you can also see. Okay, when I listened this, then I thought no, that I was thinking that does she know? She doesn't know about my blindness. So what I did, I moved easily along the path and felt for the window edge. Suddenly, slowly, I moved to the window, and the window, the corner is there. Then I put my elbow. Okay, then the window edge I was feeling, and then I was doing acting. The window was open, and I faced it. I faced it, making a pretense of studying the landscape. Then I was doing a very award-winning acting. That I am looking outside, I was seeing outside what the things are happening. I was showing the girl, look, I am not a blind, I can see outside. So this way. I heard the panting of the engines and the rumble of the wheels, and in my mind's eye I could see the telegraph posts flashing by. So I heard the panting of the engine. So engine sound I could listen. The wheels of the railway compartment, the engine, the wheels are moving. They are the rhythmic sound I could, that the background music you can see also. So this type of music I could see listening very well. And then I was sitting inside the window, and throughout the window I could see outside the flash, the posts are coming and going, the posts are going and in this way, and some trees are also coming and moving, but I am still, and they are the non-living thing, and they are moving. So these things, everything we know. So he made a picture, and he's going to impress the lady again. So he said, have you noticed? I ventured. Dearly, I replied. Dearly, but have you noticed that the trees seems to be moving while we seem to be standing still? Have you seen the outside the trees? So after this, then I asked that. Dearly, I said, have you noticed? I ventured. Ventured means a dearly say. So have you noticed? I ventured that the trees seems to be moving while we seem to be standing still. That have you noticed that outside? That we are sitting still here, but the outside of the train compartment, the trees are moving. Okay, have you seen this? And the girl said, what is this? It happens normally. So the girl replied the same way. That always happens. Nothing special is here. So the special question the girl asked that, do you see any animals? That you tell me. Can you see any animals? The girl asked. So and then I replied, the stock reply I had. That means I knew that the what answer could be of this question. So I replied clearly, with confidence. I said no. No, I answered quite confidently. That means the narrator had the information, the previous information he had already. What information he had, that I knew that there were hardly any animals. Hardly any animals means almost not. There are no animals in that sector. So for that reason he said that no, I answered quite confidently. I knew that there were hardly any animals left in the forests near Tehran. Understood? So the previous information he had already formed that experience he was seeing. Then I said that I turned from the window and faced the girl, and for a while we sat in silence. Then I turned from the window after saying all of this, and then I look at the girl from the window side and the girl also to me, and so then we two became silent. There was a silence, that I was not saying anything, she was not saying anything. There was a complete silence. So, and I faced the girl, and for a while we sat in silence. And then after this, then I started to speak again. The flirting is going on. So the girl is saying that, sorry, the narrator saying that no doubt you have an interesting face. You have an interesting face, I remarked. I was becoming quite daring, but it was a safe remark. So slowly I was becoming more daring. So for that reason I said, no, you have an interesting face. And I knew that after listening this, the girl will not mind. Is there any girl who will mind, like after listening that she has an interesting face? So the same thing was working in the narrator's mind. For that reason he's saying like that I was becoming quite daring, but it was a safe remark, because he knew that after listening this, the girl will not react more. So few girls can resist flattery. So there are few girls, almost not any single girl will that they are there who will mind it, isn't it? So she laughed pleasantly. Then the girl started to laugh again, and a clear ringing laugh. Her laugh is compared with this, a clear ringing laugh. After listening this compliment that she has an interesting face, what the girl replied, she said that it's nice to be told I have an interesting face. I am tired of people telling me I have a pretty face. So the girl said that, I have listened this. I have listened to people who are watching me, who are seeing me. They are always saying that I am beautiful, pretty face I have. Everyone is saying that, the same remark. But today you have said something different. What? That you didn't say that I am looking beautiful, but you said that I am interesting. My face is interesting. All are telling that my face is beautiful, but you are saying that my face is interesting. That means from here one thing is working like that. The narrators, he doesn't prefer the outward beauty, the inner heart beauty he prefers. So for the reason the narrator could say that you are looking beautiful, but the narrator didn't say, he said that you have an interesting face. So, so you do have a pretty face, thought I, and aloud I say, well, an interesting face can also be pretty. So when the girl said like that, all the people are saying that I have pretty face, but you are saying that I have interesting face, so you have said something different. Then after listening this, the narrator is saying, so what? As people are saying that the pretty face, so pretty face can also be an interesting face. So what is the problem is there? So people prefers, we the human prefers always the outward beauty or the inner beauty. Who prefers? Who can see the inner beauty exactly? This is what there. After that, you are a very gallant young man, he said, but why are you so serious? You are a very gallant young man, very dareful young man, and you are very funny, and you are a very intellectual, present sense of humor you have. So why are you so silent? Why are you this is serious persons? You are look like very serious. When this also project was going on, after this or this, the girl also, she little bit study he has done on the narrator, that he has studied that the narrator is a very good person, very good gallant young man. But why are you so serious? So you are not laughing till now. You have listened my smile, ringing smile. You have listened, but I didn't listen to your smile also. Okay. And then after this, I thought then what I would try to laugh for her, but the thought of laughter only made me feel troubled and lonely. So the narrator thought like that, oh, the girl is asking me to smile, to laugh, but if I laugh, if I do smile. Okay, so it may possible that the girl is the girl may think like that. Oh, the man is laughing at me. So for thinking like this, he didn't smile. Okay, so we will soon be at your station, I said. Then after this, I said, okay, ma'am, get ready. The station that you will get off. The station is going is very soon. It will come. So what station is that? Yes, Saharanpur. From where she get in? That's the Rohana. Okay, very good. So your station is coming. Which station is coming? Yes, Saharanpur is coming. I thank goodness it's a short journey. I can't bear to sit in a train for more than 2 or 3 hours. Okay, so the girl is after listening, this girl said, "Oh, thank goodness, I was in problem because I can't tolerate the long journey in train." Okay, in the long journey in train, the girl cannot tolerate. So here the question comes: how long time can she tolerate? That is 2 or 3 hours only. Okay. Then after this, so the station that has come, we know that Saharanpur station has already come. Yes, I was prepared to sit there for almost any length of time just to listen to her talking. So the girl has said that the 2 or 3 hours of journey she can tolerate, but not more than that. But the nap is thinking that, but for me, the situation is little bit different. The full day, the hours after hours, I can tolerate the talking of yours. I can tolerate your voice. I can tolerate your company. I can tolerate, but you cannot. Okay, so her voice had the sparkle of a mountain stream. So the way that she was speaking and the narrator was grabbing her all the characteristics and he was comparing her voice with the mountain stream from the mountain. When the stream is coming out, a very good sound comes out. So that sound is being compared with the girl's voice. As soon as she left the train, she would forget our brief encounter, and the narrator is also thinking that when the moment she will get off the train, and since that moment she will start to forget the words, the gossip that we have done already, the brief encounter, means the words, the conversation that we have done, everything she will forget. So that is brief encounter. But you could stay with me for the rest of the journey for some time after. Also. So the girl can forget, but with me, it's a golden memory for me. But I will never forget. And throughout the journey, the entire day I will remember, and then after also so many days I will remember this happening. After this, the engine whistled, shrieked. The carriage wheels changed their sounds and rhythm. The girl got up and began to collect her things. Yes. So as the train is getting in the Saharanpur station, that means the same speed will not be there. Slowly speed is being changed. The engine sound, the movement of the wheels, or everything is being changed. For that reason, look at the phrases like that. The carriage wheels change their sound and rhythm. The girl got up and began to collect her things. So then the girl got up and she took her all the things where I kept my baggage, everything. Luggage she tried to collect because she will have to get off. And then I wondered she wore her hair in a bun or if it was plaited. Perhaps it was hanging loose over her shoulders or was it cut very short. So now from here the narrator he was also guessing. He also started to guess about her hair. So very good points are there. I wondered if she wore her hair in a bun, just like a knot, like of a hair the girls do like here. And then if her hair like a bun, or she has done a plaited, that means is a rope like that the girls they do like. Okay, these are girls the hair is like bun or the plaited. Perhaps it was hanging, or she has not done a bun, or she has not done plaited. She has opened her hairs, and the hairs are coming on the shoulders openly, or was it cut or very short, or the hair she has cut very short, not like me. Okay. Then the train drew slowly into the station. Then the train slowly got into the station. Okay, and outside there was obviously the shouting is going on. The shouting also are the porters are there, vendors are there. So outside there was the shouting of the porters and the vendors, and a high-pitched female voice near the carriage door. And the compartment where it stopped, the door was there. One lady was standing there. High-pitched voice was there. So okay, so who could be? Who is she? Yes, she is her aunt who was informed to receive her from the from the police station. Okay, that voice must have belonged to the girl's son. So the narrator also guessed that, oh, this is her aunt, and you can see. I think you can also remember that the narrator also compared the aunt with a formidable creature. Then the girl said, "Goodbye," the girl said. She was standing very close to me. So when the girl said to me, said me goodbye, and in the same moment, the girl was standing very close to me. How close she was to me, that so close that the perfume of her hair was tantalizing. So when her hairs from I could smell her the perfume that was coming from her hair. Okay, so tantalizing, that means the perfume is here and there everywhere. Okay, my dear. So I wanted to raise my hand and touch her hair, but she moved away. But I was quite daring again. I was just trying to raise my hand that I want to touch her hair. I want to touch her hair, but I didn't get the chance because she moved away. Only the scent of perfume still lingered where she had stood. And after when she has left the compartment, till now the perfume is here in the same compartment. Okay, there was some confusion in the doorway when the girl, she was trying to get out. Okay, just trying to come out from the compartment door, and the one confusion was there because I could listen everything. A man getting into the compartment stammered an apology. So the same door from one man, means another second passenger, he was also trying to get in, and the girl also trying to get out. The same way. So the man also feeling problem, the girl also was also feeling the same problem because the door is small. So for that reason, and the girl and the man, see, he said the stammer, that means the voice is stammering, like, okay, the halting sounds. He said, okay, an apology, excuse me, sorry, just like this. Then the door banged, the door closed, and the world was shut out again. And the world, that means the universe for me, it shut out again. The door closed, and the door of the universe of the earth is the world of also it was closed to me. In this way, he is saying like this: I returned to my berth, and the guard below his whistle, and we moved off. And then after the girl has gone, I again came to my seat. I was simply sitting, and the guard did his work. He gave the whistle. The train started to move. All the work. Once again, I had a game to play and a new fellow traveler. Then once again, I got a chance. Again, the game will start. Again, the passenger will come, will sit beside me, and again, I will start studying the human psychology, the human study. Who is the person? How does he look like? Where is he going? What is his specialty? This type of game he likes to play. Understood? So when good come, what play is here? The game is the fascinating game. The game is the guessing game like this. The train gathered speed, and after this, the train gradually it is getting speed. The train is moving faster. The wheels took up their song, the carriage groaned and shook. I found the window and sat in front of it, staring in the daylight that was darkness for me. Then the train took its movement. The train is going faster, and I was sitting beside the window, and I was looking outside, and I was enjoying the journey, and a little bit the thought and the memories about the girl, it was coming in my mind, everything. But and the outside it was a day, but the day's brightness, it was darkness for me because I am blind, I cannot see like the others. So after this, so many things were happening outside the window. It could be a fascinating game guessing what went on out there. So many happenings were there outside the window, isn't it? The boys and girls are playing in the field, the farmer is playing, doing their work, the trees are coming, flashing by. So many acts are happening outside. Inside I was thinking, only sitting, and what game I can play? The game that I can play, the guessing game. Guessing game, okay, means about the guess, about the passengers, the guess that he played with the girl, and the same game he is waiting to play with the second co-passenger. And after this, the man who had entered the compartment broke into my reverie. I was thinking all of this about the girl. I am thinking about the situation, what is happening. I am in the thought with the conversion that I did with the girl. Everything I am thinking about the girl. Suddenly, my reverie was broken. Reverie means a daydream, the dream that we see in the daytime. The reverie was broken suddenly. And who broke the reverie? The second co-passenger who got into the same compartment. And he said, "Excuse me, you must be disappointed," he said. "I am not nearly as attractive as a traveler companion as the one who just left." excuse me, I think you will be disappointed because I am not beautiful as the same passenger who was with you, who just got down from the compartment. I am not as attractive as she was. I am not that much beautiful. Okay, so after listening this, the narrator becomes silent a little bit, and then she said, she was an interesting girl. And I said that yes, you are right that she was an interesting girl, no doubt. Then again the narrator asks the question to the second co-passenger, can you tell me, did she keep her hair long or short? So did you notice that her hair were long or short? That means still now the narrator is thinking about the lady. He also wants to know till now also about the girl's hair position. And the second co-passenger, the man replied, I don't remember, he said, sounding puzzled. And the second passenger sounding puzzled. And he is thinking like that, what are you asking? The beautiful girl she was, and you are asking about her hairstyle. What you are? I didn't notice, because the eyes, that I said, the eyes have it. Some eyes are here that cannot see the inner beauty. Always we are here to see the outlooking beauty, isn't it? So the second passenger says, hey, but I don't remember, he said, sounding puzzled. It was her eyes I noticed. I didn't notice her hair, but I noticed her eyes. Her eyes were very beautiful, not her hair. I didn't look her hair, but I noticed her eyes. She had beautiful eyes, but they were of no use to her. She had very beautiful eyes, but the eyes were not useful to her. The eyes were useless to her. Though the eyes were very good, but the eyes were useless. Eyes useless means what? Yes, my friends, the girl also was blind. She was also blind. She is also unable to see others' outlookings like the senator. She was completely blind. Didn't you notice? Then he said, didn't you notice that she was blind? I didn't see her hair. I saw her eyes. That her eyes were not working. She was completely blind. So this was the story. Hopes you have enjoyed the story. And now it's work. Once again, the self-study from your side, one by one, all the text will come from here. And now the time is there to say tata goodbye. If you have liked the video, if you have enjoyed the video, so the time is there to subscribe my channel and hit the bell button to get the future updates for notification whenever I will upload some new videos. Thank you. Bye.